Setting up a YouTube channel takes about 5 minutes. The actual challenge is deciding exactly what that channel is going to be about. You have to balance what viewers actually want to watch, what pays a decent rate, and what you actually care about. This is a long-term project that requires years of consistent effort. Even massive creators like MrBeast spent 5 full years uploading videos before hitting that first million subscribers. To ensure you don't burn out before seeing results, we are going to use something called the 100 Idea Test. This framework is designed to help you pinpoint a niche that gives you maximum room to grow and the sustainability to keep going. Before we go further, grab a pen and a piece of paper. We are going to walk through a step-by-step discovery exercise right now. Skipping this specific planning phase is the main reason new creators hit a wall and abandon their channels before gaining any real traction. Step 1 is identifying your baseline interests. And if you were sitting there thinking you don't have a specific passion to follow, that is completely fine. We are going to find it. First question, check your YouTube history and your social media feeds. Look at the specific types of content you are already consuming for hours every single day. Second question, imagine you are put on a stage right now and told to speak for 10 minutes straight without any notes. What topic do you choose? Third question, think about your social circle. What is the specific advice or help your friends and family members consistently come to you for? It might be buying the right laptop or putting together a workout routine. Fourth question, list the skills you are actively learning right now. You don't have to be an expert to make videos. Documenting your real-time journey as a beginner is a highly effective way to build an audience. By answering these 4 questions, you will generate a short list of 4 to 5 potential topics that are grounded in your actual daily life. Now we have a list of topics, but most of them are likely too broad. If you start a general art or fitness channel today, you are competing directly with established channels that already have 10 million subscribers and massive production budgets. To avoid competition, we use a strategy called niching down, targeting a specific, underserved audience. For example, a broad topic like art narrows down to pencil sketches, then specifically to portrait pencil sketches. Similarly, fitness narrows down to weight loss using home workouts. Being specific gives people a precise reason to remember your channel, and it allows you to solve a very particular set of problems for your viewers. With your sub-niche selected, we need to test its stock. This means verifying that you can generate a high volume of content without running out of ideas or getting bored. Open a blank document and write down as many video ideas as possible for your specific sub-niche. Do this entirely from your own head, without looking at what competitors are doing for help. If you can sit down and easily list 40 to 50 ideas in one go, you pass the test. That volume signals your topic has enough depth to support a channel for the long haul. If you hit a wall after 15 or 20 ideas, pay attention to that red flag. It means either the sub-niche is too restrictive or your personal interest in the topic is too shallow to sustain weekly uploads. Keep in mind, choosing a niche is a fluid process. If you feel restricted later on, you can always broaden your topics. If you feel too scattered, you can niche down again. Passing this exercise proves you have the creative endurance required to build a channel that survives past its first month. The final 2 factors we need to evaluate are demand and profit. A niche full of ideas is only useful if there is an audience who wants to watch and a way to financially sustain your production. To check demand, go to the YouTube search bar and look up your sub-niche. You are looking for proof that multiple creators are currently getting consistent views covering those exact topics. You can also use keyword tools like vidIQ to check the exact monthly search volume for the core phrases associated with your sub-niche. When it comes to profit, avoid picking a topic simply because it has a high advertising payout. If you hate the subject matter, you will quit long before you ever qualify for monetization. Instead, look at the topic's overall financial ecosystem. Check if creators in this space are making money through diverse pathways like brand sponsorships, affiliate marketing, one-on-one coaching, or digital products, rather than relying strictly on AdSense. Finding a topic that combines high audience demand with multiple revenue streams is the reliable way to turn a YouTube hobby into a functioning business. Let's review where we are. You now have a highly specific, market-validated sub-niche and a list of 50 to 100 ready-to-film ideas. Your next challenge is avoiding planning paralysis. Do not spend the next 6 months trying to make sure your niche choice is completely flawless before hitting record. The reality of the platform is that you will only understand its nuances by actually uploading videos, seeing the analytics, and interacting with real viewers. So take action. Pick the strongest, most interesting idea from that list you just wrote and start the filming process today. If you finalized your niche during this video, share it down in the comments. Then click the video on screen to take your next step, and I'll see you there.